Hi folks, this is Vincent Idley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Plague Inc., the board game. This is our first time playing this. This is going to be more of a learning how to play video. We may get some of the rules wrong. I'm looking for player count and all that jazz. I don't see it up there. It is. I think it's on the back. Yeah, 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and the average play time is about 60 minutes. Okay, so while we're here, I guess we'll look at the box insert. You've got your instruction manual here. It is about 8 pages of this size, pretty large. There's some optional rules in the back here. There's also a virus expansion pack, and there's also solo rules that are on a separate sheet. So if you want to play by yourself against like a computer player, you can do that. It's called Plague Bot Single Player Rules. It's just a sheet front and back here. Slightly different rules. I have not looked at that, by the way. I only looked at the basic rule set. You've got these player boards, one for each player. I have the blue one. Idly has the purple one. The reverse side is the virus expansion. We're not going to be using that. We're just going to use the standard bacteria side today. And there's also on the right side here a turn summary so that you can, sort of, because the rule book goes into pretty big detail on how each phase is to be played out, but this is kind of a nice summary as to what you're going to be doing on your turn. But there are some little rule nuances that you'll want to look at as you're looking at the rule book. So yeah, there's player mats here. There are event cards, which I'll go ahead and introduce. I'll just put them down here, and forgot to put them out. Event cards can also be taken out of the game for a less confrontational experience. Country cards, we counted so many out of the game based on the number of players. In a 2-player game, you're supposed to take out, I think it was 24, but in the back of the rulebook, you can also take out more or less to either shorten the game or lengthen the game. There are some starting country cards. Yeah, there's some starting country cards here that were taken out. And basically the way this works is you take all the starting country cards, you shuffle them, and you give one to each player. And they put them out on the board, and they put one of their infection markers on that spot. So Idly starts in Argentina, and I start in Japan over there. And I'll zoom in on the board once I'm done showing you everything. Speaking of the board, you've got your standard score track on the outside, but it also doubles. It's called a DNA track, but it also doubles as like a currency. Because you're going to be spending DNA points in order to buy traits for your card here. There are trait cards. I'll just grab a few. Like there's water transmission, fever, heat resistance. If you've played the video game Plague Inc., then a lot of this should look familiar to you. Dysentery, air transmission, systemic infections. There's different stats on these, like infectivity, lethality. Infectivity is the number of these plague tokens that you can put out on the board on your turn whenever it's time to do that. The death, the lethality. Whenever you go to kill a country that you fully control and is completely filled up, you roll the die, and depending on what your lethality is, you have to roll a certain number in order to succeed or fail. If you succeed, you kill off that country, you get some bonus victory points, and we'll get there when we get there. But basically, lethality is your success for killing off a country. Water transmission, like waterborne, for example, you can only infect cities that you're connected to. And you can be connected in one of 3 ways. You can be connected by being on the same continent. So, for example, Africa. If there was a card here and a card here, they would be connected because they're in the same continent. However, if, let's say this was, that's a trait. But if there was a country here that required, like this, here's Norway. Like you'll notice that Argentina and Norway are not connected because they're not in the same continent. However, they are connected because they both have that boat symbol. But in order for her to use that, she needs to have the waterborne trait on her player card. So typically these guys are not connected. But if you happen to have the waterborne and both of them have the waterborne symbol here, that means that you have the trait, you can connect to that. Now, you also have to observe climate in this game as well. There's also trait cards in here for water or for cold resistance and heat resistance. So here's a heat resistance card. So in order to infect Russia, here's another example. Here's Russia. In order to infect Russia, you need to have cold climate trait in order to infect that. So you have to make sure that you have the cold trait somewhere on your board in order for you to actually infect that location. So there's going to be some places you can't move into yet because you're either not connected to it or because you don't have the appropriate climate adaptation to move there, if that makes any sense. And like I said, this is our first time playing, so bear with us as we... What did I do with that? Okay. So those are the trait cards. Every player starts with 5 at the beginning of the game. Here's that, and there's 5 of these. There's also event cards. You get event cards whenever you kill off a country. It's sort of like a bonus. And you can take these out of the game to make the game less confrontational. I left them in for right now, but maybe it depends on how we feel about it. I'm not big on confrontation, but if Idalee's okay with it and I'm okay with it, then we'll leave it in for a future playthrough. But for now, we'll just leave them in and see how it goes. There's also this card mat here. On the opposite side of this card mat here is the single-player Plague Bot mat that you would use. But yeah, here's your starting deck of country cards. The country cards for this. You have 3 face up here that you can draw from on your turn. Here's the trait deck and the event deck, and here's again the regular board. And you get some endgame bonuses. The first player starts on 0 DNA, and the next player starts at 1, then the next player starts on 2. So basically the last player of the game to take their turn will have the most DNA points to compensate for the fact that they're going last. And I think that's the general gist of it. I gave you a really brief overview here. We'll go ahead and figure out the rest as we go. But, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and go first. That's just so that... just for my sake, because Idalee hasn't played this before and hasn't even looked at the rulebook yet. So she's relying on me to get things right, and we'll see how that goes.
I trust you.
You try. That's a big step. Okay, so I think you guys can see everything in the picture, hopefully. So again, I start over there. So the first one is on your turn. Each player takes a turn, and on their turn they observe 5 phases. There's the DNA phase for me. Score 1 DNA point for each country you control. If you tie or have more infection markers as someone else on a country that you're in, then you get a point for that. So in this case, I have a blue one here. She does not. Then I get 1 DNA point for that. I move up. However, we also start with some bonus traits as part of the bacteria strain. The bonus DNA says you only use if visible, and that means as you, well, my voice just cracked. I think I might have to check myself for a virus or bacteria later. You can actually cover up existing traits with ones that you've already put down. Let's say you don't want a particular trait anymore. You don't find it helpful. You can cover it up by putting another trait on top of it. But you also start off with 2. You have 3 blank spots, but you also have 2 that are already filled. But you can cover these up. This bonus DNA says, during the DNA phase, score 1 extra DNA point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and score an extra DNA point, move myself up to 2. The outbreak, only use when visible. That's for the infection phase, which is phase 4. I'm not going to touch on that yet. So I've scored my 2 points. 1 for that country that I control, and 1 for my bonus. And then we move on to phase 2, country. Choose a country card. So what's going to happen is, again, there's the starting countries over here. There's the deck, and we can choose one of these face up, these 3 face up, or I can choose from the deck over here. So there's Europe. I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm zoomed out, but the 3 countries, there's Norway, which is in Europe, Russia, which is in Asia, or Sudan, which is in Africa. Now, it makes sense for me to pick cards that are in my continent so I can easily spread myself out. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Russia. The only downside to this is that the climate is cold. So I would need to find cold resistance somewhere in order to actually spread to this. It's in the same continent as me. That's one good thing. However, I don't have my cold resistance. So I'm going to go ahead and put Russia, I guess, up here. We're connected, but I don't have the cold resistance. Now, instead of placing a card, like you have to pick one up, but instead of placing a card on the table, you could decide to discard it into the discard pile, and you would then deal yourself, you would discard your entire hand of trait cards and deal yourself 5 new cards. If you don't like the cards that you have, that might be worth doing. So we move on to number 3, evolution. Pay DNA points to put 1 trait card onto an evolutionary space. I've got 3 blank ones and 2 filled. I'm going to keep the filled ones, but I'm going to fill up the blank ones first. So let's do, I have 3 DNA. Now the top left-hand corner of the trait card tells you how much it costs. I cannot afford this. This is just way too expensive for me. As cool as it looks and as lethal as it is, I can't afford that. Now I could do air transmission. I can do water transmission. I can do coughing, which increases my infectivity. Yes?
I'm sorry. Quick question. I thought you had 2 DNA. Where did you get that extra one?
Oh, did I say 3?
Yeah.
My bad. I should have 2.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. 1 for, yeah, I have 2. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, no, you're fine. No, good catch. No, I don't want to confuse people. So that was a good catch on your part. Yeah, I have 2 DNA points. Okay, so I can still afford these though. This is 2, 2, 2, 2. So I may just want to say do rash. I'm going to go ahead and put rash down here. This just increases my infectivity by +1. So I'm going to pay 2 DNA, go back to 0. Okay. And now, do I get to draw a new one or not? I'm not sure. This is where this is like I said. The turn summary is nice, but it does not tell you everything that you need to know. It doesn't say anything about drawing a new one. No evolution. Your evolution slide displays the traits. Traits are represented by colored bars. I'll let you guys look at the rulebook too while I'm doing it. That way you have something to look at instead of, dead space. Yeah, I don't see any instruction to draw after placing it. So that might be where I might need to... Yeah, if you don't like your hand of trait cards, or if you run out, you can discard a country card. So at some point, people will be discarding country cards in order to get more. But I have 4 now. Okay, so now we move on to infection. Count your infectivity, place that many tokens on cities. You must be climate resistant and connected. Okay, so in this case, I've got 1, 2, 3 infectivity. My core traits are +2 infectivity, and I've got 1 infectivity from this. I also have this outbreak, and what that means is I can skip this phase altogether, and I can move one of my tokens to another city on the board, ignoring all restrictions. So I could just move, say, from that to that, and ignore the rest. Even though there's no cold, even though I don't have a cold trait to spread to that location, I can use this outbreak and move there. I still wouldn't be able to spread out from there because I don't have the cold trait, but I could move there to control it if I wanted to. I might do that on a future turn, who knows, just to get over there, if I don't have a cold climate trait by then. But I have 1, 2, 3, so I can put down 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. These little black hexagons are cities. Okay, and last but not least, there's death. For each fully infected country you control, roll the death dice against your lethality. There's no fully controlled places right now. Japan, for example, there's 4 out of 6 hexes that are taken over, but there's still 2 blank ones over there, so that's not fully controlled. And that ends my turn, so now you get to go. Idly gets to go. So we start at DNA. She scores 1 DNA point for each country she controls. So she would move up to 2.
Okay.
And you also get a bonus DNA for what's on your card.
Okay.
For this bonus DNA. So now you're up to 3. Now we move on to the country. So you get to choose a country either from the deck or from this. You're in South America. Unfortunately, there are no South America cards, but you can still draw from the deck here if you want. And if you don't like your trait cards, you can discard it and draw 5 more trait cards. If the cards that you have, if you don't like the cards that you have.
Yeah. jacks.
Flapping jacks. I believe those are in North America.
Climate resistant and convective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I? Alright,
Yes.
so I guess I'll get Sudan.
Sudan, Africa. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll put it like.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. They're all connected no matter where you put it.
Okay.
Now this has the sun on it. That means
Yeah.
you need a heat resistance.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah. That's China. That just came out. Okay, evolution. Pay DNA points to put one trait card. So if you want to spend up to 3 of your DNA points to put a trait card down, you can.
Okay.
You don't have to, but you can.
Okay, DNA points. I'm going to. Oh, flapping jacks again.
Flapping jacks. Someone's hungry.
No. I'm gonna pay 2 points
Okay.
to put in the waterborne.
Okay, so now you've got the water. Now you can spread the ship. Okay.
Yeah, but I can't do that yet. Right?
I
Because there's no countries that have.
Well, you do. There is. Japan. Japan has a waterborne symbol.
Oh, so I thought they had to be like still like next to each other.
No, it's connected via same continent, or connected via ship, or connected via plane.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see.
But so now you did that. That's fine. That was actually a good one. So now you've got waterborne, and now infection. Count your infectivity, which is you've got
2.
1, 2, right? Or you can do outbreak, which is to move this somewhere else, but I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
What
What happens if can I put purple?
You could,
tokens?
and what happens when that I still fully control it,
Yeah.
so you would not get a DNA point on phase 1. However, when that country is killed off, eventually you get a DNA point for every marker that you have there. Mm-hmm. So even though I've got the majority on it, and I would get, I would kill it off more than likely, you would still piggyback some points off of it because you have a marker or 2 there.
Yeah.
But so you can put 2 down. You can either put like 1 and 1 or both here to ensure that because I could infect here now on a future turn, and if I do that,
Oh, you can, but you don't have the waterborne.
oh, that's right. You're right. See, I was testing you. I was completely testing you.
I know I could have been wrong.
No. Let's see. I get the waterborne in the future. Let's see. I have it in here. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know if I have the waterborne card, but I might on a future turn. Might. I just might.
You might.
If the luck is in the cards. I just might. But now you've guaranteed that you control that location now.
Okay.
So, you control it, you'll be rolling dice on it, and you'll be killing it off at some point and getting points.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so now you've got that, and now death. There's no fully controlled thing. Okay, so now back to me.
I'm sorry, what does lethality do again?
Lethality is whenever you go to kill a country by fully controlling it. Let's say this is completely filled up. Let's say I have one here or you had one there. Whenever it's completely filled up, during that phase, on your turn, when you control it, you roll the die.
Mm-hmm.
Your lethality determines what you need to roll in order to kill a country off. And I'm looking for the details now. If you roll a number that is less than or equal to your lethality, then you kill the country. So if the higher your lethality, the better. So if your lethality is 4, you just need to roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in order to kill that country. If you roll a 5 or 6, you don't. If your lethality is only 1, then you have to roll a 1 to kill that country. If your lethality is a 6, then no matter what you roll, you're going to kill it.
Okay.
So the higher your lethality, the better your chances of rolling what you need to kill off a country when phase 5 rolls around. And when you kill off a country, that's when points are scored.
Well, you just said, like, if you have a lethality of 6.
Correct.
Right? So it has to be lower than 6?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So basically, yes. So the die that you roll, your infectivity has to be less than or equal to whatever the die roll is.
I see. Cool. Interesting.
Yeah, good question. I know we didn't cover that yet.
Hmm.
DNA. Score 1 DNA point for every country you control. I've got 1 there. So I'm going to move up 1. And I bonus 1 for this one here. So I'm up to 2 again.
Oh, I thought you only fully control it when you take it all over.
No, you control it when you've got the majority.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
You're okay? No, you're fine. Yeah, because we still earned points for these.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then 2, choose a country card. I will choose, there's Asia again. I'm going to go ahead and choose, there's China as well. But we've got the water, actually, no, she's got waterborne. That doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. And I'm going to draw a new one to replace it. There's North America. It's a plane on that one. Next is evolution. Do I want to pay evolution points to get anything? There's air transmission. Well, I'm basically telling her what I have. I could do water transmission, coughing, which
I thought this was a co-op game.
Yeah, exactly. It's a co-op game. That would be cool. That'd be cool a co-op. I think what we could do the single player game as a co-op game and work together on it and try and beat this plague bot. I don't know what the rules are yet, but that might be possible. You know what? I'm going to take. Okay, so I'm looking at the possible country combinations here. China is in Asia, that's coming, I'm already connected. If that goes down, I'd be connected to it. Cuba is in North America. If that gets put down in North America, the only way to it is via plane. So, but if I put down the water I'm trying to decide whether or not to put this down or this down. I'm trying to decide which one is better based on the country cards that are about to come out. Norway is cold climate. No one's going to be able to get there for right now unless she has cold climate in her hand. Cuba is, again, that's North America, but I can get there by plane if I have this down, which that's a possibility, because I have a Japan here, so I can connect to it. And then China. So it's also important not to kill off countries before you can spread to other ones. Otherwise, you lose your method of transportation, so to speak. China is okay. That's another big one. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down air transmission. I mean, I could get C and then try and piggyback down here, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to pay 2, go back to 0 again. And next up, we've got infectivity. Counter-infectivity, I've got 1, 2, 3. Now, here's another thing I could do. I could do the outbreak and move one of these somewhere else instead. I could just move... it says I can move one of your tokens to another city. I could move to Russia, ignoring all restrictions. I wouldn't be able to spread from there, but during the DNA phase, that counts as another country that I would control because I've got 1 token there, she does not. So I would get an extra DNA point at the start of every turn. I wouldn't be able to spread because I don't have cold climate yet, but I could still get a point. So do I want to give up infectivity or do... But here's the thing, I could also just infect as normal, do say 2 over here and then 1 here. You know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to infect... I don't have water transmission, so I can't move down here. I don't want to fill up this card yet and then try and kill it off. I want to leave that there because of plane transmission. I want plane transmission should Cuba come out later. So, because South Korea does not have plane transmission. Russia does. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to put 3 there. And I control that now too. So I have 2 countries that I now control. Okay, so now I infected. And now death. I don't fully control anything. I'm partially controlling it. So that ends my turn. And now you get to go again.
Okay. 1 DNA for each country.
Yep. So you've got
2.
Yeah. 1 plus your bonus. Yep. So you're up to 3 again.
3. Choose the country card.
Okay. Choose country cards. There's Norway, which is in Europe. It's cold climate. Cuba, North America. You can get there by plane. China, plane or boat. It's in Asia. Or you can draw one from the deck. Or you can pick one up and discard it in order to draw new trade cards.
I like my cards.
Yeah, well, if you like your cards, then yeah, you can keep them.
Dang, I need more DNA points.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I guess I'll pick, Oh, you have the airplane.
I've got the plane, boss, the plane.
Alright, I'll get a Europe.
Europe.
That means it's connected to you, though, because it's next to each other?
It is, but I can't evolve there yet because I don't have cold climate.
Oh.
Well, no, I can't connect to it because it's not, continents are not adjacent. Think of them as separate entities. So, for example, you can connect one of three ways. You can connect by being in the same continent.
Oh, okay.
You can connect by having the same boat icon or plane icon.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, I see now.
So I don't have waterborne, so I can't get there at all. You can, but only if you have the water, or not the water, but the water and the cold climate trait.
Okay.
You've got the water one already, so all you need is the cold now.
Alright, so I could pay DNA points to put one trait card on.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Evolution. I'm gonna hold on to that. Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
now you infect.
Infect.
Or you can move something.
Yeah, can I move? Oh, so infect. So can I have 2 tokens but move 1?
No, you have to skip your entire infection step to move one.
To move one that's already in the country?
Correct. It's basically is skip the infection phase. This is the outbreak ability that you're talking about.
Okay. Oh.
Skip infection phase completely. No new tokens. You simply move one somewhere that you can so you can move one up here.
That's what I want to do.
And ignore all restrictions, but you wouldn't be able to infect. And the downside to this is on my next turn, if I put down waterborne and decide to infect, I could do that. But it's up to you. I mean,
but who would have control of it? It's a tie, right?
Whoever has control of it, we share ties in that case. Whoever has we would both be rolling during the death phase if I decided to move in.
But then count my infectivity. I have 2 tokens. 2. Where am I going to put that? I can't. I'd have to destroy
you
my
could.
city.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, I could put it there.
You can put them in South Korea or Japan. You've got waterborne.
Can I put 1 in each?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I can?
Yep. You won't control it, but you'll have it's sort of like stock. You'll have like stock in that country.
Oh. Sure.
When they die, you'll get some bonus DNA.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then, and I don't know about strategy in this game yet. We just started. Mm-hmm. And then death, there's no fully controlled countries, so we skip that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my turn again. DNA, I get 2, so I move up to 2. Actually 3, because 1, 2, and then my bonus one is 3. And then 2 is choose a country card. I forgot to draw one from.
Crap! I need infectivity.
That's India. I'm going to do, out of all of them, I'm going to go ahead and choose China. And now evolution, pay DNA points to put something down. I could increase my infectivity again, or I can take waterborne. I'm going to go ahead and put down, I think, waterborne for right now. Move myself back 2. I want to give myself more options to move around. Mm-hmm. Now we are on infection. I'm going to draw a new one for next turn. Infection, so I can either move one or I can just spread. I've got 1, 2, 3 infectivity. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do, I could do that one to try and, she's going to roll on it, but if she does, I'll get a bonus DNA. Oh, man. 1, 2, yeah, let's try, I want to make sure China's mine. Okay, so that's 3 infectivity, and lastly, death. There's no fully controlled countries yet, so we skip that. All right, and it's your turn again.
Dang.
So you get...
I'm going to have to discard.
You've got 2 DNA points. You're up to 5. And now you get to choose a country card. There's India which is in Asia. However, it's a hot climate restriction. Cuba is in North America, get there by plane, or Kazakhstan is in Asia, also cold climate, like Russia. No one has cold climate yet.
Oh my goodness, it's terrible.
Or you can draw one and get rid of your cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Or
to.
you can pick one and whatever. If there's one that you don't like, you can either pick it and discard it, or Cuba. Okay.
Wait, let me see.
Sure. Cuba is a regular one.
Where is the discard pile?
Just next to the board. It's fine.
Alright, I guess I have to discard all of my
All
cards.
your cards.
Oh man, that is so depressing.
There's Peru that just came up. So you get 5 new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That was the sound of happiness.
Pay DNA points to put 1 trait. You know what? Fine. I'll pay
Okay.
1, 2
Okay.
for another infectivity.
Infectivity. What is that? Sweating.
Sweating.
Do we have a name for our bacterias? Like, did we name our strains? I don't think we did.
Oh.
It's not mandatory. I just thought it'd be funny.
Okay, what's yours?
The lost strain?
The Lost Strain. Did you take that from the Lost River in Subnautica?
Yeah, well, I was thinking more along the lines of the TV show. Like, it's not a bad strain or not a bad show when you first start watching it, but as time goes on, it becomes a nightmare. So I'm thinking that's appropriate.
What is mine?
Not very funny, but that's the only thing I can come up with on 2 seconds worth of notice.
I think mine would be My Little Strainy.
I knew My Little Pony would come up somewhere.
Strainy.
My Little Strainy. Okay, that beats the Lost Strain. I like that better. Okay, good job. You win.
Oh no.
You win the naming game. That's beautiful.
It's terrible.
My Little Strainy. My Little Strainy. Cough, 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 cough.
That is hilarious.
Oh man.
So 3, I can do 3.
Yes.
There's a.
I know
there.
I just stick with tsetse flies.
Alright, fine.
Maybe that was designed. Maybe I released a whole bunch of flies near the game to as a theme, you know, because viruses, bacteria, infected bodies, and blood and guts and all that stuff, and flies all around. Never mind, zombies. Anyway, so now you've got partial control over China too, which is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then so you infected, and now death. There's no death. All right, my turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're on 33 minutes. We're going to come back to this because we're nowhere near done yet. The game ends when all of the country cards are gone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we'll come back when the game's nearly over and we'll give you our first impression. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're not at the end of the game yet, but I wanted to show you a little bit further in. We've been killing off some countries. One thing that I've been making the mistake of is I have been increasing my infectivity without increasing my lethality. And I keep running out of these blue tokens over here because I'm infecting, but I'm having trouble killing anything off. So when it comes time to infect other countries, I can't do it because I don't have more tokens. So I had to up my lethality a bit. I went ahead and evolved... First I got cannibalism, and then I'm up to systemic infection. Infectivity and lethality +1. I've got cold resistance finally. I have meningitis, also +1 lethality, +1 lethality, or +1 infectivity, +1 lethality, air transmission and water transmission. And then Idly has, you can leave it there, I'll just read upside down.
That's all right.
Coughing, is it? Oh, confusion. Okay, this is what she has. Kind of hard to see, but confusion, airborne, cold resistance, heat resistance, sweating, and vomiting. So yeah, she's been doing really well so far too. She's been really good on these trait cards, killing off. She's got. I've killed off 3 countries. I killed off South Korea, which was in Asia. I killed off Norway, which was in Europe up here. And China, which was also in Asia. So my killing was over here. Whereas she had South America, which is down here. She had South America again, Peru down here, and Egypt, Africa. So she's killing things here. I'm killing things up here. So we're spreading out based on where we were. We also have been using these event cards as you kill countries. So as long as you have a token there, you get an event card. For example, she used this lethal boost just now. Before you roll the death dice, add +3 to your lethality for that roll only. Announce in advance. So she only has 1 lethality right now, but she used this to give her +4 lethality for that roll, and she was able to kill off her 3rd country. I used corpse transmission. At the end of your turn, if you killed any countries, choose one country you're connected to. Place up to 2 of your tokens in that country. And what I did was, before she killed off Egypt, I went ahead and put 2 of my tokens there, because I was connected to Egypt via boat, but I don't have heat resistance. But this says to ignore climate. So I went ahead and put 2 tokens there anyway, just to get my foot in the door. But she killed off the country before I could spread any further. I still got an event card and some points for her killing it off, but still. But yeah, and then we've got more event cards here that I've yet to use. So this will be interesting. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. Is it my turn? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's your
Okay. So I earn bonus DNA points. I get 1, 2, 3, 4 for the number I control. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up to 12. Next is choose a country card. I'm going to go ahead and choose Europe again. This is Poland. No one can get here by plane or boat. So this is good for me because I'm the only one in Europe right now. That's the only way you can connect to it.
I'm going to use an event.
What event is this?
This one.
Bird migration. When another player places a country card, place one of your tokens in that country. Ignore climate. So go ahead. You discard this, but you now have a foothold in Europe now. That was actually good. Nice job. Oh, and by the way, you cannot play these cards on the same turn that you get them. At the end of your turn, at the start of your turn, choose one country. Should have done that, but okay. I didn't look at my cards before playing, but that's okay. All right, so next up is, I get to draw another one. We're down to about 5 country cards. Evolution, pay DNA to upgrade something. I've got, and I don't think any of this is, no. I would want this one probably, maybe. I could, yes, because it has this, but I don't have enough. So I'm going to skip that part. Next is infection. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 infectivity. Where can I infect? Well, I want to make sure that I keep Europe. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. And now I will also... I'm connected to Asia. I've got cold climate. I'm going to go ahead and put one there for bonus later on. Okay. Japan's been there since the beginning. It's a country that just won't die because there's not we haven't filled it up completely yet. So I have the majority on it, but I'm keeping it there so I can spread myself around. There's a green ship and a purple plane on it. So basically that allows me to go anywhere I want. Anywhere. So as long as I've got the climate. I've got cold resistance but no heat. So I'm trying to keep Japan there for as long as possible so that I can travel to other locations, which is turning out to be a good thing. So I did that. Now I have to roll for death. I control this one completely and this one. So I'm going to roll for Poland. I've got 1 lethality, 2 lethality, 3 lethality. So I'm going to roll 3 or lower will kill Poland. Nope. Poland is alive. Iceland.
Wait, can I use a...
Uh-huh. Yes.
This one.
If another player fails to kill a country you infect, replace one of their tokens in their country with your own, ignoring... Oh. All right, go for it. You got it. So I get that back. These event cards are brutal. Yeah, I can see why there's an option in the back of the rulebook to remove them. It definitely makes the game more confrontational, these event cards.
Evil.
Now I will try and roll... Let me make sure I don't have anything I could use for my...
Who would try and kill Poland now, though?
Anyone. We both control it because we're tied.
Oh.
So on my turn or your turn, we'll be rolling.
I see.
Iceland, I need a 3 or lower. 1. Okay, so no one is here but me. I already have 3 event cards, so I do not get another event card. I get 2 points, and then I get to keep this for endgame scoring.
Oh, that was useless. I should have done it for that one then. Sorry.
That's okay. Now, New Zealand. I forgot about New Zealand. I have control of that one. 3 or lower. 1. How many event cards do you have?
Just one.
One. You get one because you're on New Zealand. You get 1 point.
Thank you.
I get 2 points because I've got 2 tokens on it. I'm up to 16. I keep this for endgame scoring. And yes. So now score 1 DNA for every country plus your boat. You still haven't covered that up yet.
No.
So you've got plus 1 there. So that's 1, 2, 3. We share 4, 5. So you move up 5. So you're up to 17.
Okay. I would like to spend 12.
Moving a little bit closer there. Bless you. She's been infected, folks.
I know. I would like to spend 12 on
12!
this one.
Oh, skin lesions. Plus 2 infectivity. Okay.
Well, actually, wait, hold on.
1, 2, 3,
Can I
4,
take that
5,
back?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'll just
11,
spend it
12.
on this one.
Alright, so that gives you plus, you're covering up a plus 1 infectivity, give yourself a plus 2 infectivity, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
You're making it more efficient. So
Yeah.
12 minus 17 is 5. So we're down to 5.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's
now.
probably not even worth it. I should have probably done that.
It's up to you. If you want to change it, you can.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I think. Sure, fine, whatever.
What do you want to do?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you get to pick a country card.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's Venezuela, South America. There's Nigeria, which is in Africa, heat resistance, and Australia, Oceania, also heat resistance.
Okay.
But you can get there by plane if you have plane transmission, which you do.
I'm going to discard, actually.
Okay.
So I will choose to discard.
Choose. Should I move the camera over like so?
I'm gonna discard
There you go. Now you guys can sort of see it, right? Yeah. Okay.
this one because you can still infect that, right?
South America. Yeah, I could. So you're gonna discard this one and pick up 5 new trait cards.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, you put them upside down.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. OCD. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Calm blue ocean. Calm blue ocean.
Count infectivity, so 2, 4, 5, so I can place 5 tokens?
Yes, 5 tokens it is.
Okay, 5. So I will do...
So as long as you're connected somewhere.
So I'm
So you're connected here.
And here.
Yeah, well, yeah, by plane. So you've got a purple there. So yes, you could infect it. You've also, you're also connected by land via continent adjacency.
We'll do that, and I have cold resistance.
Yeah, and cold. Yeah, there you go.
So
you could take over Russia in one foul swoop there.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at you.
4.
Oh my goodness, Kazakhstan's gonna get it.
And 5.
Okay, so now death. Which one?
Oh.
Do you have any?
No, sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
So which one do you want to go for first?
I will go for Argentina. Well, I would go for.
Go ahead.
Oh, I gotta be careful now.
I don't even know what I got. I could have been just making that up. I could be pointing at a blank misprinted card just to psych you out. Sure, we'll go with that.
Are you gonna? Oh, is that like after?
No, it's we're good.
Huh.
Huh.
Alright.
Huh.
Let's see. Oh, this is nerve-wracking now. I'm gonna go for Argentina.
Argentina, which is here. Okay.
Oh,
1.
good.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to prevent that country from dying and remove one of that player's tokens from it.
Okay.
Emergency care.
Okay.
So, you get that back.
Okay. So this one or this one? Right.
Yep. So, Poland, you need what's your lethality? 1?
Yeah, just 1.
Okay. 5.
5.
No death.
And
And
then
then Kazakhstan.
My
My wife.
That was awesome.
Great minds think alike.
Oh, that was hilarious. Okay.
All right.
I think it's your turn.
It is. All right. At the start of your turn, choose one time.
Oh wait, did we get an event? Did I get an event?
Did you kill anything? No, you didn't kill that, remember?
No, I killed another one, didn't I?
No.
Oh, I thought I did. Never mind. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Technical difficulty.
I could have sworn you killed one. Well, no, I don't think.
No, I don't think I did.
I think you're a part of one that I.
Oh yeah, because I still. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
At the start, choose one. Choose one. Move every. Okay, I could do that. So if I play Olympics, I get to move one token from every player into that country. So, and ignore climate.
Whoa, nice.
So what I'm gonna do, and this is at the start of my turn. So I'm gonna put one into Sudan, or Kenya rather, and you get to put one into Kenya. You have one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to put one in Kenya as well.
Cool.
Okay, but if I can get the rest of that infected, then I can get majority on that. I don't have heat resistance. That's my only problem. Okay, so now DNA. 1, 2. I get 2 bonus D. I'm up to 18. Next is country. Choose a country card. Pakistan, Oceania. You have airborne. Africa. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do Pakistan. And this is the well. These still have to go. These are all heat resistance cards, so I need something. Next up is evolution. So I may want to go ahead and evolve this, so I can get. But what would I replace at this point? I mean, it would have to be. I don't want to get. This is tough because I don't want to lose my lethality either. I may have no choice. I need my waterborne. Well, here's the thing. Okay. I can get rid of water transmission at this point. Australia, there's no water transmission. There's no countries over here that require water. So I have to ask myself, are there any places on the board that I can't get to via water? I can't get here, but I already have something there. So that's not. I don't think I need water transmission anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up water transmission with diarrhea.
Whoa.
That gives me heat resistance. So now I can spread into heat resistance areas.
You spent the 13 points?
So that was 13 points. So I'm down to 18 minus 13 is 5. So I'm next to you again.
Nice. Okay,
so now it's infection. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so first things first, Kenya. 1, 2. Next, I need 3 more. I'm going to do... 3, 4, 5. Get control of Russia somehow. Okay, so that's my 5, and then death. So now I roll for death. I control Kenya, so that'll be my first thing. I've got 1, 2, 3 lethality, 3 or lower. 3. So Kenya is gone. I get an event card. You get how many event cards?
2.
2. Okay. You can't use this on your turn.
Yep.
I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. You get 1, 2. I get 3 back. You get these 2 back.
Thank you.
I get to keep this for endgame scoring. I wanted to put one here so that I can still spread in Africa, because there is an Africa card, Nigeria, coming up. And if I can get to it before you kill it off, then more power to me. Otherwise, I won't be able to get to it.
Yeah.
Then I control Poland, so I need a 3 or lower on that. 3. Okay, so I get another event card. You can't get 1 because you've already got 3. I get 2 points. You get 2 points. I get these 2 back. You get these 2 back. And I keep this for endgame scoring. I control Russia, so I need a 3 or lower on that one. 6. Russia's not dead. Okay. So, yeah, the motherland is not dead. Yeah. That's German, whatever. Okay, so that is it for me. The only thing I have to default a trait. Add its DNA cost back into your score and draw. Wow. Do I want to do this? Well, here's the thing. There's no more cold resistance ever. None of these cards are cold on the left. No cold resistance. No cold resistance left. I'm going to use at the end of your turn, de-evolve a trait. Add its DNA cost back onto your DNA score and draw 2 new trait cards.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to use that and I got that from a previous turn. So I'm going to get rid of cold resistance.
Nice.
And that actually frees up my outbreak in case I need to move into Africa for whatever reason. So get rid of cold resistance. I draw 2 new trait cards to put into my hand. And I get to add 4 points back onto my score, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so now it is your turn. You get 1 bonus DNA, 2 bonus DNA, 3 bonus, 4 bonus, 5. You got 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's neck and neck. Wow. We've got the same score. We've had the same score throughout the entire game.
Crazy.
And we haven't gotten past 20 yet, I don't think.
Oh, crap.
How do people get up to 100? That's what I want to know.
Can I use my event card?
Yeah, what is it?
At the start of my turn?
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, thank goodness. Choose one country. Move one of your tokens to that country from any other country.
Okay. Go for it.
Ignore client.
Here on business.
Connection. So I'd like to move one of these.
Okay.
To this one, maybe?
Okay. Pakistan?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Whatever.
Sure.
And what was it? Choose a country card. Place it on the board or discard it.
All right, there's Australia, Nigeria. So Africa, Oceania. So heat resistance. One of these will have heat resistance. One of these will have... Yeah, so it's one of these 2.
Or I can
Leave the cat alone. Leave the cat alone.
Okay. I guess I will do...
Snappity snap.
I'll do let's do some Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Sure, why not?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
It means no worries.
Pay DNA points to put 1 trait card onto the evolution space. No, I'm good. Count infectivity 5, so I can use all of these.
Okay.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I keep forgetting
2,
what I
4,
have.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to infect. Oh man. I'm gonna infect 1, 2.
Okay.
They're all on their side.
Wrong! City sealer!
If any player tries to place a token in a country, prevent it. No one can place tokens in that country until your next turn. Okay. Okay, so I can't do that. So I gotta play...
You gotta play them somewhere else.
3 more somewhere else. So 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Okay. Wrong! You're fine. Okay.
Alright, so now... Okay.
Oh, dog, go lay down.
So 1... my lethality is 1, right?
Yes, so you're going to kill this one first? Or give him...
Yeah, I'll try to kill that one first.
Okay. You're fine.
Getting that ready, huh?
No, that's not my turn. 5.
Try to kill that one.
Alright, Sudan. 3, nope.
Try to kill this one.
Kazakhstan. My wife. 2.
Damn.
Nope.
Try
Need
to
a
kill
1.
this one. Where
3.
happened to my luck? I rolled like...
It's a 1 in 6 chance. Your odds are pretty bad. That's what happened to me halfway through the game. I had to up my lethality because of that.
I don't wanna. God.
I don't wanna. Do you wanna? Alright. My turn. DNA bonus. I get 1, 2, because we share control. So 2 bonus. I'm up to 16. Country. Choose a country. Nigeria or Africa. I'm going to go with Oceania. Well, actually, no, I have a better chance of getting... Well, see, if I put that down, I can infect it, but then I might lose Pakistan. So, you know, I will do Oceania. And then, because I've got heat resistance now. Now, evolution, pay DNA points. Do I want to do that? No, no, no. These are the new ones I got. I don't think it's worth it, honestly, so I'm going to say no to that. Because this is bonus at the end of the game. This is your score down here. Next up is infection. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do by plane 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, and next up death. Okay, so we can try and kill
these two.
Russia. I control Russia. Well, we both control Russia. 6. Now, what does this say? If you fail to kill a country, reroll that death dice for that country. Add +1 to your lethality for that roll only.
Wow, that's good.
And I want to do that for Russia because she's got partial control. She's got control of it too. I don't want her killing it. I want to kill it. I want the point. So I need a 4 or lower. Oh, come on, 6. 6 my foot.
And you used it.
I know.
Oh, that's terrible. I feel like giving that to you because I feel so bad.
Nah, it's all right. I played the odds. Didn't work. Now, Japan. Japan 1. Okay, well, fine. I get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 2. 1, 2. You get these back. I get an event card. You get an event card. You get an event card. And you get an event card. There you go.
Thank you.
I can't use it this turn, but that's what it is. Pandemic alert. And any other countries under my control? That answer is no. So we are now on your turn. Okay. So you get some bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And country, Nigeria. You get to place it Africa. Okay. Pretty soon we'll be on sudden death.
Seriously.
Well, there's literally a sudden death.
Oh, I had no idea.
Once the final country card has been placed or discarded, the world begins to collapse and the game immediately enters sudden death. When in sudden death mode, the country phase is skipped, and the game can end in 2 ways. Eradicated plague. If any player has no tokens left on the board, the game ends when they finish their turn, or if anyone is unable to move. Any player can neither place tokens nor roll the death dice during their turn. The game ends immediately. Once the game ends, the final scores are calculated. Okay, so you got your bonus DNA, you got the country down, evolution, you can pay to upgrade something if you want.
No.
No. Infection, you get to infect stuff. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I only have 2 tokens though.
Oh, you only have 2 tokens.
Yeah, so, oh man. Oh man. Well, I run out, right? So.
That doesn't end the game, because you can still roll death dice.
Okay, fine.
That's from the board. If you run out of tokens from the board and you can't infect anything else.
Oh, okay. Death?
So, yeah, just death.
1.
So, you're going to kill Argentina?
Yeah.
Let me see what my card is first. End of your turn. No, at the end of my turn. 4. Nope. All right. Now, Madagascar. 5. Nope. Sudan.
I had like 3 ones in a row. It was awesome.
Ah, yes! There you go.
Sudan.
1, 2, 3. 1. I get 1. You don't.
Oh, crap.
Because you have 3 already.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Do I kill another one?
What does it say?
It says at the end of my turn. If I killed any country.
Yeah, save that for the end of the turn then. All right,
okay.
So 1, 2, 3. You get this back. I get 1. This goes into your game, or for end game scoring.
Okay, and then I try and kill...
Kazakhstan?
1.
Nope. And then Russia?
1.
3. Oh, that was
so close. Alright, and I'm going to use my card. It says, at the end of my turn, if you killed any countries, choose 1 country. Remove up to 3 tokens from that country.
Wow!
So I will choose...
That is crazy.
I'll choose this one.
Oh no, Pakistan, no.
Goodbye. There you go.
You are the weakest link. Bomb infected cities. That's a beautiful card.
And that's for any country, like per country that you kill, so you can remove like more than 3.
No, it just says choose one country. It doesn't say per. Nice try. That would be too overpowered.
It would be. Yeah. I would love that card.
I'm sure you would.
Can I use this one too?
What is it?
At the end of your turn, draw 4 new trade cards.
Yes.
Okay, can I do that?
You can play as many cards as you can. Yeah.
At the end of your turn, draw 4 new trade cards.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can play as many as you want, so as long as the condition is met.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Well, I probably should have used that card earlier. Damn. All right.
Okay. My turn. Now these are mine, but it's at the end of my turn. Okay, so I get 1, 2 bonus DNA. Country, that skipped. Evolution. Do I want to? No. Infect, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't do Nigeria because it's just. So I've got to do 1.
Why can't you do Nigeria?
Because I'm not connected to it.
Oh.
There's no plane or boat, and I'm not on the continent. 4, 5.
Oh, I should have probably removed that. Then, oh no, you have a plane on it.
Meh. Death. All right, so I fully infected Australia. So I need a 3 or lower. 6. Nope. Russia. 3. All right, dead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many event cards do you have?
Just 1.
All right, 1 for you, 1 for me, and I get 3 back. You get 3 back, and I get Russia for endgame scoring. And that I can't kill anything else at the moment. Now it says, let me see if I can use one of these. End of your turn, choose a continent. No one can place until your next turn. At the end of your turn, you kill any countries. Choose up to 4 countries. Move 1 token. Yes, execute infected. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna play this. Execute infected. At the end of your turn, if you kill any countries, choose up to 4 countries. Remove 1 token from each country.
Wow, that's nasty.
So 1.
Yep.
2. 3. 4. Yeah, sure.
Nice.
You're welcome. Okay, so you get bonus DNA. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I already took 1 from that.
Oh, you can
1,
1 per country.
Mhm.
Okay, so nice.
And evolution. Will you evolve anything? I gave you your bonus DNA, so now you're on evolution.
Oh, can I do this at the start of my turn? Choose 1 cold country you are connected to. Place up to 2 tokens in it.
Sure.
Okay.
There you go. That works. What card was that? That was winter vacation. Okay.
Since this is the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Choose the country card. Oh wait, that skips country. Pay DNA points to put 1 trade card. That 13. How much would 13?
You are on 31.
Oh my
so
gosh.
13 minus 31 is you don't want it?
Forget
Good, because I don't want to do the math. 18, I think. You'd be on 18.
Oh no, I'm good then. Count infectivity 4, 5. So 4, 5. We'll do. Yeah, I gotta restart it. 1, 2. Oh.
Now, since we're not using this anymore, I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in on the board so it gives you guys something different to look at here.
3.
I know you guys have been sort of spread out here, but
4.
now you can actually see the cards a little bit better.
5.
All right, how's that? That should work. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you infected,
Mm-hmm.
and now you can death dice.
Roll 1 for death.
All right, so Argentina.
1.
Good job. Let me see if there's anything that I could. No. Okay, so you get 1, 2, 3, and I get 1.
Mm-hmm.
You get these back. How many event cards do you have?
I have I have one.
There you go. There's one for you and one for me at the end of my turn. Or I can use that at the beginning of my turn. And you get to keep Argentina for endgame scoring.
And I roll again.
For
the Madagascar.
Madagascar, 1 or higher. 3,
Ooh.
nothing there. Kazakhstan, 4. Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to use another event card. It says, at the end of your turn, if you killed any countries, choose one country that I infect. Place up to 3 tokens in that country.
Ooh, nasty.
So I can do that one.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah, I can't infect it anyway. I have no way to get there.
Nah, well, it's the last turn or something.
Well, it's close. We're closing in. This one I can't use. At the start of your turn, choose any neutral climate country. Move 2 tokens from anywhere into it, which I can't. Because there's no neutral there. And this is at the end of my turn. Okay. So, bonus DNA for me. 1, 2, 2. Evolution. Next is infection. I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's nowhere to infect to. I can't infect. Because I can't get over to Nigeria. There's no boat, no plane. So I have to death dice for Pakistan.
Oh, is this the one that I used? I'm sorry.
Government.
The one that I used for this one?
Yes, government collapse. Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. All right, so now I will roll the die for Pakistan. Don't have enough. I need 3 or lower. And then Australia over here, 1.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 plus. I already have 3 event cards, so I can't do that. So I get to keep this for endgame scoring, and that ends my turn. And is there anything? I don't want to place it until. No. Actually, you know what? I'm going to, at the end of your turn, choose a continent. No one can place tokens in that continent until your next turn. I'm going to do Nigeria. If a player tries to play an event card, prevent its action. Neutralize. Okay, well, fine. I didn't want to play that anyway. Fine, be that way. Okay.
That was great.
I see. Okay, so, yeah, your turn. What I could have done for the infectivity, I forgot I had this ability.
Oh.
Outbreak. I could have just moved 1 over to Nigeria. But I forgot. That's okay. But, I mean, you're going to kill it anyway.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
And
Okay,
evolution. Do you
no.
want to evolve? Infect. You can infect this.
Yeah.
1. And then death. Either 1 or higher. 5. Madagascar.
You mean a 1 or lower?
Yes, what I mean. A 1 or no. 6. No. And then Kazakhstan. 5. No. You're having a hard time killing anything. I get bonus DNA. 1. Big whoop. Infection. No. Evolution. No. Death. All right. So I'm gonna roll for that one. Pakistan. 3. Dead. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. You get 2. 1, 2. Did I move 4? I can't remember.
I thought you did.
All right. If I did, that's fine. Okay.
I don't
I
know.
keep Pakistan. I counted out to 4, but I don't remember if I moved that.
Oh.
That's fine.
You can move up to 4.
Nah, it's alright. And at the start of your turn, nah. At the start of your turn, choose. Nope. Okay. No, really. No, we'll see if it counts. if it matters in the end, then I'll think. Yeah. All right. So that's it. Now, it says here that. Okay, so I still have a token left. Okay, so basically at this point, you score DNA 1, 2, 3. You're up to 42 or whatever. Then you roll for. You can't infect anything. Just roll for. Which one do you want to try and roll for?
I don't care.
Nigeria. 2.
2.
Nope. Madagascar. 2.
2.
Kazakhstan. 2.
2.
Okay. So my turn. DNA. I get 1. No, I can't get any because I don't control any. I move down to the death phase. I can't roll the death die because I don't. So now the game ends.
Okay.
So now we calculate final scoring.
Okay.
Final scoring. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back out again so people can see what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and move this down a little bit.
You know what's funny? If I spent 13 points, I would have had an extra lethality, and I probably could have killed off all
You
of
probably,
these.
yeah. That's
Dang,
okay.
With all those 2s.
Okay, final scores. In addition to DNA points scored during the game, players also score the DNA points from their evolved trait cards and from the endgame bonuses. Move DNA. Okay, so from here then? Interesting, I didn't know that. So,
What was it?
okay, so first, each player adds up the cost of all their currently evolved trait cards on their evolution slides. This cost is refunded. Okay, so all the cards that are on top right now.
Okay.
So I've got 13, 2, 11, and 11. So that's 15, 26, 37. 37, that's 67. Okay, so I'm up here. No wonder, okay, I can see why there's a larger track now. 42, what is
38.
38. 42 plus 38 is 80. So you were up to 80.
Okay.
Next, we award the bonus DNA points to the players based on their achievements. So that's what this endgame bonus thing is here. Lucky Escape. Bonus for the players with the most tokens left on the board at the end of the game. That would be you.
No. Tokens left? What do you mean?
On the most of...
Oh, on the board.
Right.
Okay.
Plus 4.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. Continent Killer. For each continent, give the players who killed the most countries in that continent a bonus. So we have to compare each continent, and see who had the most. So I had, let's take a look at Asia. There's 1, 2, I guess sort your countries up into continents, and then we'll compare them.
America, Africa.
Oceania, Oceania, Europe, Asia. Okay. So you had Africa and South America. Those are the only 2 continents.
Yeah.
So South America, I didn't have any in no. So, and Africa, I had 1, you had 2. So you get 6 points per, you get 2 points for or 6 points rather, for both, right? Yeah, so you get 6 plus 84 is 90, plus another 6 is 96. I get 6 times 4 is 24.
Okay.
So 67 plus 24 is 91. Okay, closing in here. Ultimate Wipeout. Bonuses for the player who killed the country with the most cities. 7 DNA. Okay, bonus for the player. So yeah, I had 7 DNA points. So 7 plus 91 is 98.
Yeah, good job.
Holy cow. If there was a tie, the player was the first to lie on the floor and pretend to be dead wins. Well, luckily there's no tie. So
You won by 2 points.
I won by 2 points.
Wow.
That was extremely close. You got a lot of points into the game by not killing stuff off.
Yeah.
That was actually good for you.
What's crazy is, even I didn't build any lethality, and we were still neck and neck.
Yeah, you were.
That's kind of crazy.
You were getting points from your infectivity. You were maintaining a lot of different countries on the board at once. I was trying to kill them off as much as possible so that I can score points at the end of the game. But my in-game points didn't really add up to much. It was 24 versus your 12. Mm-hmm. So I got 12 extra points at the end of the game over you for these end-game cards here. And I killed way more than you did.
In order, to keep tokens, I was kind of relying on piggybacking you. I was just I hope he kills his countries, but I want something. I want a foothold in there so I can get tokens back.
Did you like these event cards or no?
They were okay. I liked them.
Would you play with them again, or would you play without them to be less confrontational, I wonder?
I don't know. I think I would play with them again.
Okay.
I like the randomness.
The randomness?
But, I don't know. At the same
That definitely
time,
drives me... Well, I mean, on one hand, as a pure strategist, that drives me crazy, because, I have a plan in my head as to what I'm doing, and then, guess what? You can't infect this. Oh, by the way, these 5 things you have are gone. Really?
No, I agree.
But at the same time, it adds that random element to the game that, you don't expect. And viruses and bacteria are seldomly logical in what they do.
It reminds me of the random events in Dead Exit, that card game.
Oh yeah, on the PC. She's talking about a PC game, folks. Dead Exit. It's like a card game where you have to what, you get a hand of cards, I can't remember, and it's sort of like Dead of Winter a little bit, if you've ever, the board game Dead of Winter. It's sort of like that, only it's in a PC version. You got a card, and you're building up a base, and going after other bases and trying to prevent the zombies from running you over. Yeah. So, yeah, really cool game. So as far as, like, my first impressions based on the one game that we played, I liked it. It's definitely very reminiscent of Plague Inc. And Plague Inc., the video game, it's single player, and you're trying to infect everyone as much as possible, then kill them all off in order to win. In this game, it seems like the victory points are a bit more scattered around. You get points for infecting. She got a lot of her points just by she had low lethality, but she was able to get a lot of points from their bonus DNA at the beginning of every turn. So she was getting more points that way, even though she wasn't killing anything. Whereas I, again, was killing a lot of stuff, but I was losing points because I didn't have a lot of territory under my control. I love the strategy too in this. Like not killing things off right away so that you can infect more things. Like, as I mentioned before, I had Japan over here for the longest time because it had the boat and the plane icon on it, and that allowed me to travel anywhere because I had both adaptabilities here on my player sheet. So there's a strategy for not killing things off right away. But if you kill things off, you get event cards, and those event cards could change the playing field, as we saw. What did you think?
I liked it. I would play it again, but I don't know, I kind of...
What didn't you like about it?
I didn't like that it was over too soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? We played for, what, was it an hour?
I think so.
It was over an hour.
I think it's just because, like, it didn't seem like we infected a lot, like, honestly. Like, we didn't spread out as much.
To be fair, and that's a good... To be fair, the country cards, to make the game longer, what you would do is we would add more country cards to the starting deck. At the beginning of the game, what we did... No, that's good, though. At the beginning of the game, what we would do is we start the deck with, say, 24 cards for a two-player game. We can bring it up to 26 or 28, and that way we have more time to infect stuff. Or if we want a shorter game, we take cards out of that deck, make it 20 or something like that. And it's less of a game, and it's over more quickly. So that is possible. So, yeah, if we want to do that next time, we could.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Sure. Do I mix it?
Huh?
Do I mix the
No.
Okay.
No, you don't mix the colors. No.
Okay.
No. OCD.
Here you go.
No, I'm kidding. I need an OCD trait somewhere on my bacteria slide. All right, well, anyway, that was Plague Inc. Sorry for the very long video, folks, but as someone who covers board games and video games, I thought both people would enjoy seeing a lot of content on this. So, yeah, Plague Inc. Special thanks to Ida Lee for helping me out. She's refusing to go on camera.
I'm not,
She claims to not look pretty right now, but we all know that's not true.
I'm not looking,
we know that's not true. So what I'm going to do is you hold this in front of you, and I'm just going to do this, and that way I've fulfilled my obligation of showing you to the camera, sort of. Plague Inc. It's just a body with a Plague Inc. box head. It's beautiful. That's going to be the next Resident Evil villain right there. All right. Plague Inc., the board game. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.